finally had the campfire. And thanks to the campfire, we learned a bunch of whole new stuff that we're going to be discussing in this video as a highlights for you to be aware of everything that is going to be coming your way. Little disclaimer though, we're not going to be speaking about the season pass in this video because in here I want to focus on what is the gameplay changes are going to be, what are the changes going to be on the builds, which is what interests us the most. Everyone loves builds, everyone loves making builds in Diablo, and that is going to be the main focus of this video, but also the general stuff that you are going to be having in the first season for Diablo 4, which is going to be releasing on July the 20th. So if you head over to the website right now, you are going to have this live right now with the main thing that is going to be happening right here. The main core of everything is going to be a corruption, which is a trailer that they actually did already unveiled previous to the campfire on Twitter. And this is basically the features of the season, and we're going to be explaining a little bit on everything, but we're also going to be diving a little bit further in here because this is actually what is going to have substance to the season. So like always, like it has been happening with previous games of Diablo, and like more recently with Diablo Immortal, we have a new questline. This new questline has a reason as to why is this happening. The main focus in here is going to be the corruption. The corruption is going to be explained on the enemies that we are going to have in the corruption with this new questline, with our brand new character. We're going to meet brand new people, and we're going to have just one more story content that we're going to be able to explore on the world of Sanctuary. Now, the corruption is going to have new power, although we're going to be focusing a little bit more later on this one, because I want to focus this video on this thing, because this is what is going to affect the builds on itself. We have a new boss battle. The corruption is going to be spreading around like the world of Sanctuary, much similar like we see on Hell Tides. On the corruption, we're going to have corrupted enemies, corrupted elite enemies that are going to give us corrupted stuff, and they are going to be stronger, and we're going to have a new boss battle that is going to be tied to the questline, but also it's going to be tied to the new powers that we're going to get. And then finally, aside from those new powers, these are different, so the build variety is going to be a little bit higher than the rest of the stuff. The new gear that we are going to have in this new season, it's going to come in the form of 6 new unique items to discover and 7 new legendary aspects to earn along the seasonal journey, although do have in mind that it was said officially that even the Eternal Realm characters would have access to the new legendary aspects that we would get on the season, so also the Eternal characters will have access to this thing. Now let's focus onto that extra little thing that we are going to have. I am going to be using these gems as an example, but this was briefly showcased on the developer stream, and I did actually decide to use these gems that I have right here to explain a little bit better how this thing is going to work. Mainly the corrupted enemies, the corrupted elites, and those areas that you are going to have in the season, they are going to give you corrupted hearts. And there's going to be 4 different types of hearts. There's going to be offensive hearts, which is going to be the example right here. We're going to have defensive hearts. Well, actually, I'm stretching that a little bit. That's a little bit of a theory crafting on my side. Since we're going to have 3 different kinds of corrupted hearts, we're going to have, 4 different kinds of corrupted hearts. How this works in my mind is that we're probably going to have offensive hearts, defensive hearts, utility hearts, and all-purpose hearts, which are not really that clear what they are going to be, but they are going to be color-based. So you are going to have the red hearts we have seen so far in the trailer or on the little brief gameplay that they did show, that there's red hearts, that there's blue hearts. And the reason for that being is that because they are going to be socketed on specific sockets of their color, so you're not going to be able to place the hearts on any single socket that you are going to have. And so far we actually do know this is something that concerns me a little bit, that the sockets that we're going to be able to place those hearts in, it's going to be on jewelry. So we're going to be stripped away from the very much needed armor, especially for the squishy as a main rogue. This actually concerns a little bit more my feeble mind because I'm squishy. I'm a rogue, so I need my armor. I need my defense, but then again, like I mentioned, the pipeline in here is probably going to be going to the side of offensive, defensive, utility aspects, and whatnot. There's going to be, aside from these colors that I've been explaining you, there's going to be 30 different hearts with different things, different effects, that with things that they're going to have, like this one that you have right here as a better example for me to be able to explain this to you. This one is one of the red colored ones, so I'm guessing by the description as well that this is going to be an offensive heart. This offensive heart is going to deal, when you deal critical strikes, it's going to electrically charge the enemy for 2.89 seconds, causing lightning to arc between them and any other charged enemies, dealing 64 lightning damage, depending on the level that you have these things. Of course, with higher levels, higher monsters, and all in all, just higher builds. And this is actually what is going to alter the builds that much, because like I said, there's going to be 30 hearts like this one. So the build potential that we have right now, at this moment, without the season on Diablo, you can just finish up your character and then head over to the end game, and you would be able to make end game builds that are like really not that effective, and by tweaking some little things we have managed to make builds that deal millions and millions and millions of damage, like the builds that I have been lately posting, and that is something that you can do. So this is going to add to that versatility and diversity of builds, and yeah, it's just amazing. And then again, to get this currency, to get these items that you are going to be needing, you are going to have to go to those corrupted areas. Now, during the season, and they specifically said that this was going to be that during the season only, that all jewelry that had sockets are going to be corrupted, which is something that needs to be done as well. So you cannot place corrupted hearts into uncorrupted sockets. And all of the jewelry sockets that you get from this season, they are always going to be corrupted, even the sockets that you add through the jewelry master. They did say that there was going to be very specific areas where you were going to be able to farm for those specific monsters if you wanted to get specific hearts. But I'm guessing that since we have 30, a variety of 30 different hearts, I'm guessing that that lingers a little bit more on you're going to go to that area to get an offensive heart, or to get a defensive heart, or to get a utility heart, narrowing a little bit more the hearts that you are going to get. But this is the most important changes, highlights that we're going to have in the season, and how your builds are going to be affected. What do you think, guys? Let me know all of your opinions about all of this in the comment section down below. Now, I'll be seeing you goddamn gorgeous, beautiful people in the next one. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel before I close the door, and goodbye.